Hi, I'm Liz Maines with Dimmitt Automotive and our newest opening of Sarasota Studio in Sarasota. Going to go over today the 2016 Aston Martin DB9 GT. This is a new model and last and final year for the DB9 series. DB9 stood for David Brown, who rescued Aston Martin in the 1940s, and in honor of him, they have done DB series ever since. Probably the most famous that you recognize was the DB5, which was used in the James Bond movie when it first came out in Goldfinger. So here we are, Aston Martin, all hand assembled. The body is made of bonded extruded aluminum. It is done completely by hand, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The paint is done by hand as well, and is a new color for Aston Martin called Glacier Blue with an ivory interior. Coming around to the side, we have famous Aston Martin doors. These are called swan wings. They come up at a 12-degree angle to give you a little access, easier access getting in and out of the car. The car does sit very low, so it's really nice that it doesn't close on you as well. Coming around to the side, carbon ceramic brakes are standard on the car. These are oversized brakes so that you can do some very fun maneuvering and performance without any fear of any brake fade. We wouldn't want that. The gases are expelled through those cross drills, and it makes a huge difference when you're doing some fun, regular, not driving, but going around mountains or whatever you might be doing if you live in a mountainous area. Pushing back here, open up the trunk area. Wouldn't be an Aston Martin without its umbrella in the back. And just enough room in there for your golf bag and driver. They make sure of it. English cars, they love golf. As you can see, very indicative of an Aston Martin is the tail lamps. These are fashioned after the Aston Martin wings, and just a beautiful touch as well. The diffuser on this particular car is in black, which is a beautiful way to offset the underneath, and black surrounds on the tail lamps as well. Coming back around, I would always tell you that Aston Martin greets you with a handshake when you open the door. And again, just beautiful. This one does have the Aston Martin DB9 GT badging down below on the tread plate to signify that this is a special car. The interiors of all Aston Martins are done completely by hand. They're sewn by hand, the woodwork is done by hand, and this is actual wood. This has a beautiful finish, sort of a flat finish. You can really see the wood grain. Aston Martin will keep your wood aside in the event that you damage yours. They'll have it in, and it is VIN specific, so they'll know it belongs to your car. This has beautiful piping that offsets some of the design of the interior of the car as well. This is all update, Bluetooth, all the latest technology. The navigation has been updated as well, and it's just gorgeous. If you notice, if you get behind me, that the windscreen, which is British for windshield, is raped such that the wind will come up and over, so as you're driving, it won't mess up your lady's hair. And for ladies, since I am one, that's a very nice feature. Let's go to the inside of the engine and take a look at that. I think one of the most important things about Aston Martin is that everything that you see on this car is real. Nothing is masquerading from plastic and looking like something else. All the materials are real. In fact, the louvers are actually made of zinc, not plastic. Quite something, actually. If you notice, the engine is set back over the center of the wheel. This really helps the balance of the car. It's a 51-49 split. Makes it almost a perfect balance with a full tank of gas. It is 50-50, but this is very important for many reasons as well, that the engine is back here. It is very important in England, in Europe actually, to have pedestrian protected cars built, and because Aston Martin had already fashioned their engines this way, they really didn't have to do anything to tweak. The aluminum grille in the front will break away in the event that you bang into somebody or something, so as far as safety, it is also safe for that as well. The performance of this car is a 6-liter. They tout it as a 5.9, but 6-liter This GT model had an amped up horsepower. It went from 510 to 540 horsepower. 0 to 60 in this car is about 4.5 seconds, 4.6 seconds, depending if the top is down or not. So absolutely gorgeous car. I think one of my most favorite things about Aston Martin is that they are, yes, assembled by hand, but there's actually somebody at the very end that will go and an inspector to look at the car and make sure that it's perfect. And he will look at everything, and before he puts his name on the engine, he will make sure that even the doors, when they're open, the angles are correct, and to him it is his honor to put this name. So if we have any problems with this car, we call Thomas Burns, but I'm sure that it'll be just fine. It'll be just gorgeous. The very last thing Aston Martin will do, and Thomas Burns puts his name there, is placing the famous Aston Martin wings. This is actually jewelry. It's enamel over metal, and it was made by the same jeweler that did the London Olympics. So this is not just a pretty piece of plastic, that is actual jewelry. So they'll put it on at the very end with the white gloves, and they probably clink their teeth. I'm not sure. Haven't been there for that part. But there we go. Aston Martin DB9 GT. This will be the last year for the DB9s. In the movie Spectre, the most recent that was released in November, James drove a DB10, and they made only 10 for the movie. So this year will be the last year for the DB9 series, and they're going to move on to the DB11, which is coming soon. And we are very excited. It's going to be 80% new car, new vehicle, but still in the DB series. So I hope you come and visit us down in Sarasota Studio. We have just opened a few months ago. We're very excited to be here in the heart of downtown, 1518 State Street, right next to Hyde Park Steakhouse. And it is an absolutely gorgeous showroom. We will have only the very best cars in here. We only have room for about 22. So what we do have will be absolutely prime. Again, my name is Liz. Please visit us. If you'd like to learn more about what we have in our inventory, we do have over 70 pre-owned vehicles at any given time. www.dimmitt.com, DIMMITT.com, and you can take a look at what we have. Be happy to help you with anything, any questions you may have.